Welcome back to the IS Companion. In today's lecture, we will discuss maturation, growth, and learning in human development. These processes interact in complex ways, shaping how individuals progress physically, cognitively, and behaviorally. This lecture will delve into these concepts, examine relevant studies, and discuss their implications for understanding human behavior. Maturation, a genetically determined process. Maturation refers to the genetically determined sequences of growth and body changes that occur relatively independently of environmental influences. It is the natural process by which an organism's physical and cognitive abilities unfold, allowing it to reach its full potential. Maturation follows a predictable sequence. For example, a child will typically sit before they crawl and crawl before they walk. These developmental milestones are largely governed by genetic factors rather than external conditions. Key studies on maturation. McGraw's study on maturation. McGraw's famous twin study involved teaching one twin advanced motor skills like swimming while the other twin received no such training. The results showed that both twins eventually reached similar developmental milestones, indicating that maturation plays a more significant role than environmental training in certain stages of development. Dennis and Dennis study. This study involved children in understimulated environments. Even in such conditions, the basic sequence of maturation occurred, although certain skills were delayed. This highlights that while maturation is genetically driven, extreme environmental factors can still impact its timing. Growth, biological increase in size. Growth refers to the biological increase in size, such as the enlargement of the body or its components through the increase in the number of cells. Growth is quantitative and can be easily measured, such as through height, weight, or the size of organs. Environmental influence on growth. Unlike maturation, growth can be significantly influenced by environmental factors like nutrition, exercise, and overall health. For example, malnutrition can stunt a child's growth, even though their genetic potential might allow for a taller stature. Maturation versus growth. Maturation involves the development and readiness of cells and organs to perform their functions, such as muscles reaching a state where they can enable walking. Growth is more about the physical increase in size, such as a child's height increasing over time. Maturation and its practical implications. Concept of readiness. Readiness refers to the point at which an organism becomes mature enough to start new developments, such as walking or talking. This concept is crucial for understanding why certain behaviors cannot be forced before the organism is developmentally ready. Example: a 5-month-old infant cannot walk because the necessary muscles and cells have not yet matured, regardless of how much encouragement or practice they receive. Maturation and phylogenetic functions. Phylogenetic functions, these are functions common to the human race, such as walking, talking, and other fundamental skills. These functions are largely dependent on maturation. Role of learning. While maturation provides the raw material for these developments, learning can shape and refine these abilities once the organism is ready. Interplay between maturation and learning. Learning is the development that occurs from exercise, experience, and practice. It involves environmental interaction and is essential for the development of specific skills, especially those that are not purely genetically determined. Ontogenetic functions, these are functions specific to individuals, such as playing a musical instrument or driving a car. Unlike phylogenetic functions, these require learning and practice to develop, even when maturation provides the foundational capabilities. 3 key facts about maturation and learning. 1. Individual variation. Human beings are capable of learning, which allows for variation in development. Differences in personality, interests, and behavior patterns arise from the interaction between maturation and learning. 2. Maturation sets limits. There are limits to development, even with the best learning methods and motivation. These limits are set by the stage of maturation. 3. Timetable for learning. There is a specific timetable during which learning should occur. If learning attempts are made too early, before the individual is ready, they may not be successful. Conclusion. Understanding the concepts of maturation, growth, and learning is crucial for grasping how human development unfolds. Maturation sets the stage by providing the biological foundation, growth adds to the physical structure, and learning refines and extends these capabilities. By recognizing the interplay between these processes, we can better understand the complexities of human behavior and development. Thank you. Follow us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/iscompanion.